Keanu Reeves is an actor, musician, businessman, philanthropist, and one of the brightest men of our time. People love him for his talent and for being real. Keanu himself hates falseness and wants the world to remain real, not artificial. Welcome to the Top Hub Legends. At the beginning of this video, I would like to tell you what Keanu Reeves does not accept in modern cinema. In one of his interviews, Reeves pushed back against the manipulation of actors through AI and other digital means. Yeah, digitally, I don't mind if someone takes a blink out during an edit, but early on in the early 2000s, or it might have been the 90s, I had a performance changed. They added a tear to my face and I was just like, huh? It was like, I don't even have to be here. What's frustrating about that is you lose your agency. When you give a performance in a film, you know you're going to be edited, but you're participating in that. If you go into deep fake land, it has none of your points of view. That's scary. It's going to be interesting to see how humans deal with these technologies. They're having such cultural, sociological impacts, and the species is being studied. There's so much data on behaviors now. Keanu Reeves is concerned that the use of deep fake technology in movies is becoming more and more commonplace. In Hollywood, there are many exciting and potentially industry-changing pieces of technology, from de-aging to complete face alterations. But Keanu is not a fan of using machines to change his appearance. And that's one of the reasons he included a clause in his movie contracts that prohibits studios from editing his acting. Today, when the world of technology is constantly evolving, face swapping and de-aging becoming an everyday process, here the question arises how it will all end. Keanu explained, "People are growing up with these tools. We're listening to music already that's made by AI in the style of Nirvana. There's NFT digital art. It's cool, like, look what the cute machines can make. But there's a corporatocracy behind it that's looking to control those things. Culturally, socially, we're going to be confronted by the value of real, or the non-value. And then what's going to be pushed on us? What's going to be presented to us? It's this sensorium. It's spectacle. And it's a system of control and manipulation. We're on our knees looking at cave walls and seeing the projections, and we're not having the chance to look behind us." Certainly, Keanu Reeves is a spirited man, as he is an actor and musician, likes good movies and great live music. Observing what is happening in this world today, and in doing so, having starred in the most iconic sci-fi franchise of our time, The Matrix.
Have you ever had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real?
Reeves makes sure that the idea of a computer being used to change reality is a subject that is slowly becoming less science fiction and more science fact. So he does what he thinks and says in this consumerist world. One of his life stories is a prime example of this. Keanu gave 70% of his $35 million income from the 1999 movie The Matrix to leukemia research after his sister Kim was diagnosed with the disease. "I have a private foundation that's been running for 5 or 6 years, and it helps aid a couple of children's hospitals and cancer research," Keanu said in a 2009 Ladies' Home Journal article. "I don't like to attach my name to it. I just let the foundation do what it does." He also founded the Keanu Reeves Children's Foundation, a leading children's anti-poverty charity that has changed the lives of more than 1 billion children around the world. Before 1994, Keanu Reeves was already a movie star, but he mostly played weirdos in teen movies. His role as an action hero was only in the great Catherine Bigelow movie Point Break.
"That's a surfboard, all right. Looks like a 57 Chevy I used to have."
Get him off! Leave him on!
Oh, boy.
Your partner's an accessory to murder. You understand that, Pappas?
After the crazy success of the release of Die Hard, the focus moved to the guy-next-door type character, rather than the more extreme muscular characters like Stallone and Schwarzenegger. Initially, the producers at 20th Century Fox Film Studios asked Stephen Baldwin to play the main role in the film Speed. However, after he refused the role, they realized Keanu Reeves was the perfect candidate, and they gave him the role. From the very beginning of the film project, the whole team did not believe in its success, which was strange and surprising. The film's script seemed trite and implausible, but the dynamics of the plot and the performance of the actors ruined all that. Reeves initially disagreed with the film Speed and almost refused to act in it because the plot seemed ridiculous to him. "I remember the script and I was like, eh?" Keanu said in one of his interviews. "I mean, the plot's ridiculous." But Reeves took on the role, and the film was very successful. Already in 2020, director Jan de Bont shared his thoughts on Reeves' hesitation in filming Speed. "He hated stunts, and he hated action. He was afraid of it," the director explained, noting that the actor wanted to do more dramatic roles, but his manager convinced him to do Speed. "He was more like a happy-go-lucky guy at the time, with high aspirations of dramatic theater," de Bont continued. "Let me tell you this. It took me a lot of effort to get him to do the things I wanted him to do. But then, near the very end, he finally started to enjoy it, because I showed him some footage." After what he saw, Keanu reacted with admiration. "Oh my God, that is such a different thing now. That is not a stunt person. People can see it's my face. It's not over my shoulder. It is in my face while things are happening around me."
Harry, he's alive.
What?
The bomber, he's back.
The remarkable thing is that not to spoil what has already been done after the dizzying success of the film Speed, because its budget was $30 million, and it paid off more than 10 times, Keanu does not agree to a sequel, and instead played Hamlet in a Winnipeg stage production and tours with his band Dogstar.
Isabelle with a heart of gold. I'm the moon, I wouldn't know.
He becomes a superstar after the film's release, but he had to pay for turning down the sequel. "I haven't worked for Fox in 15 years, Reeves shared about the consequences of turning down the role. At the same time, he was offered one of the main roles in the movie Heat, which starred Al Pacino and Robert De Niro. But Keanu Reeves' love for the art forces him to make unconventional decisions. For the sake of a stage adaptation of Shakespeare's Hamlet at the Manitoba Theatre Centre in Canada, Reeves turned down a role in Heat, which was a shocker for everyone. He always talked about his love for Shakespeare. "I really love him," Reeves said in an interview in 2000. "It's like this kind of code that once you start to inhabit it with breath and sound and feeling and thought, it is the most powerful and consuming and freeing at the same time. Just, literally elemental in sound, consonants, and vowels." Of course, Keanu was very worried about the rejection in the movie Heat, because to play on the same site with Al Pacino and Robert De Niro is a great experience and great luck. And when Keanu Reeves gets the opportunity to play on the same set with Al Pacino again in the movie Devil's Advocate, Al Pacino himself did not have much desire to play in this film. In fact, he turned down the role 3 times. I would like to add what Al Pacino himself has to say about this movie. "Right from the start, I could feel there was something on the director's mind," Pacino said in the interview. "Something he feels he can go after. It's a sense you just get from some people, and he has it. But the very first time I saw the script, it wasn't complete. A page 1 rewrite," he said. "Then that thing director was reaching for, it finally started manifesting itself in the script. And suddenly it became a challenge. You want a challenge in this business? You want to see if you can reach what you're going for. As Lee Strasberg used to say, man's reach should exceed his grasp, or what is heaven for?" As the director said about the film, "It's a modern-day morality play, a Faustian tale played against the backdrop of the super-rich and powerful legal profession, which today is like a secular religion. It's about ethics, about what lengths you will go to attain success despite your professed morality." To make the movie happen, Keanu Reeves took a significant pay cut so that the film could afford Oscar winner Al Pacino. Though the film was not shot in the action genre, The Devil's Advocate grossed a respectable $153 million at the box office. Despite the fact that the film received a mixed reaction from the audience, it did not leave anyone indifferent, and it continues to attract audiences more than 25 years later. I would like to say that this nice and soulful guy is also a successful businessman. Keanu Reeves went into business when he founded his production company called Company Films. He produced several movies in which he starred, which added millions to his pocket. His company also signed an agreement with Shanghai Fundamental to co-finance several projects. Of course, the business he enjoys the most is motorcycle manufacturing, as he is a motorcycle fanatic. With his motorcyclist friend Gard Hollinger, Reeves founded Arch Motorcycle. The company builds custom American motorcycles for enthusiasts and sells apparel on their site. Custom motorcycles cost up to $78,000. And of course, he made a decent fortune starring throughout his film career. When Keanu Reeves made his debut in Hollywood with Youngblood in 1986, he earned only $3,000 for his role. He made $95,000 for Bill and Ted's Excellent Adventure.
You are going to have the most excellent adventure through history.
And $1.2 million for Speed. His other notable movie roles were in Johnny Mnemonic
Upload begins when you press here.
and The Devil's Advocate, for which he made $2 million and $8 million, respectively. One of his most notable roles is playing the titular character in John Wick movies, for which he was paid between $1 to $2.5 million per movie. His biggest payday occurred in The Matrix, when he was given a $10 million upfront salary for the first movie in 1999. As mentioned by Celebrity Net Worth, he earned a portion of the back-end earnings, which totaled $35 million for the first movie. Through DVD releases and back-end earnings, he has made a total of $200 million from the first 3 Matrix movies. The actor donated $31.5 million of his revenues from the first movie to fund cancer research. Today, 59-year-old Keanu Reeves, after years of loneliness, seems to have found his soulmate. Her name is Alexandra Grant, an artist, a friend, and a great like-minded person. After years of friendship, their relationship has grown into something more. Since Grant and Reeves have been longtime friends, they joined forces professionally to publish Ode to Happiness in 2011, a grown-up picture book with illustrations by the artist and text from the actor. And Alexandra recently explained how the book appeared in an interview. The book was made as a surprise, by me, for Keanu, as a private gift. All our friends sitting in the room got the giggles when I gave it to him. They said, "Please publish it." So that's how we got into publishing. In 2016, they put their talents together once again for another collaboration, titled Shadows. The art book features a series of 54 images, photographed by Grant, based on the movements of Reeves. "No one can move the way he can. He's a really extreme performer," Grant said of Reeves at an LA gallery viewing. "That's a huge piece of why those images are so interesting. I knew that if I moved the camera as we danced together, as photographer and subject, we could create these wonderful optical illusions." Reeves spends his free time with Alexandra. Since they both love motorcycles, they take rides together. In general, Keanu Reeves leads a productive and creative life when he is not working on a role. He focuses on his creative endeavors in music and writing, taking the time to do what makes him happy. He enjoys barbecues with friends, a good glass of wine, or a good whiskey. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and write a comment in the comment section below. For example, you can write in it why you like Keanu Reeves as a person and an actor, or what are your favorite movies with him. See you later on the Top Hub Legends.